Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Candace, this is Flosstube number 5, and this is a video mostly about cross stitch with a little knitting thrown at the end. Maybe a little sewing someday, you never know. My little whiskers guy just came to say hi. Come here, buddy. There he is. He's inspecting my scarves back here because my cats like to attack yarn. So, let's see. Today is Wednesday, May 20th. Oh my gosh. It's already the 20th of May. Only 11 more days to go in Maynia. Then what are we going to do? So, let's see. This week, I did... Sounds like a child is coming inside. And I'm not sure why. So my husband went back to work on Monday, trying to get things ready to open. I will not go back until right before we're ready to open. So I've been busy attempting to make masks for him. We're trying to get the fit right. Our company is saying they are going to provide us masks so that we're all uniform. But they'll also be offering them to the guests. So I don't know how they're going to have enough for everyone for any sort of time. What are you doing? Oh my gosh. We'll take it outside and fix it. I made them swords out of the cardboard tube center from a rug I bought for outside. And it's a really heavy duty cardboard, but they've been playing Minecraft with them, so apparently he broke it again. It's taped in like 3 spots now. You're fine, Owen. Just take it outside and fix it. So they're outside playing Minecraft right now. So my husband is at work. I'm at home, the dogs are outside, the kids are outside. We'll see how long this lasts. Nothing like getting interrupted in the first 2 minutes. So I don't want to go back to work. I honestly am enjoying just staying at home and just doing stuff around the house, but and stitching and knitting. But eventually I'll have to go back. So I made some masks for my kids this week. I just ordered some stuff off Etsy to make one for my husband. I've been using like the black stretchy hair ties. That works for myself and my kids. It doesn't work for my husband. So I found some elastic on Etsy. So I ordered some elastic and then some of the little toggles so that he can tighten or loosen as needed. My cat is apparently going to be a pain today. He says, pet me, pet me. So... otherwise, things are normal over here. I mean, it's not a bad day outside. It's a little cloudy now, but things are turning green. Plants are growing. I'm good with it. So, let's see. Stitching. Let's talk stitching. So, last Wednesday, I did my video, and then I started stitching on Spring Smalls from Lizzie Kate. And it's this one right here. So just the spring one. The other 3 I'll do eventually. And then that monochromatic one, I'm going to do in color. I'm not a huge fan of that with the rest. So I'm going to do it in the same colors that are used throughout. So I did not finish this one's not a finish this time, Erin. Erin 2 Martini Stitcher was saying how I'm just flying through stuff and have all these finishes. I have a couple of finishes. This was not. This is close though. So this is one I could pick up any day in June, whip out the last little bit. So this is spring. So I got to the little Easter basket. And I am using DMC. Because these are so small, I just didn't really want to use fancy floss or try and order it, or pardon my extra pieces of fabric. So this is the tea-dyed Monaco you get from Fat Quarter Shop. So that was spring. So that was Wednesday. And then Thursday, I worked on this. This is Seasons in Chalk Art. This is hands-on design and Priscilla Blain. Priscilla is, if you don't know who Priscilla is, she is the mother of the mother-daughter duo Real Housewives of Cross Stitch. So I'm doing this summer one, and I did change the colors a little bit. And I'm using, for the yellow, I'm using Golden Star. Wait till you see this little bumblebee in Golden Star. I'm going to use this for anything bee. Anything. Because it's awesome. I have Ladybug. And these are Classic Colorworks. Then I have Bean Sprout for the green. And Plymouth Rock for the gray. And then my LNS was out of chalk, so I did Weeks Dye Works Whitewash. And this is where I got, not very far. Here, let me fold some of this black back behind, since it's a little bright in here today. So, that's where I got. Look at that little bee. Look at how he goes from bright to golden back to bright. He's perfect. He's perfect. I love him. So there's not a huge variation in the bean sprout, but I'm okay with that. That bee is everything. The bee is everything. So not a huge start on this. I'm trying to think what I did on Thursday. I think my husband and I were working downstairs on Thursday. So there he is. Oh, he's so cute. Look at him. I love it. I love it. Oh, Priscilla's a genius when it comes to designing cute stuff. So that was Seasons in Chalk Art, and you can actually find this in the June 2016 issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine. You can go on online, and you can actually order the digital back copies of Just Cross Stitch magazine. So I have a whole bunch of them. I just save them in Dropbox, and then I have all those issues, and I think they're like $5 or something. It's really the way to go to find back issues of that. So then Friday, I did Love Tree from the Trilogy. Ooh, sorry. Apparently the sun's going to come out again. And I got this far. My Little Cupid. Oh, they got really bright again. My Little Cupid doesn't have any hair or eyes. But that's okay. We don't mind. So that was Friday. I honestly have no idea why I did not finish this. This should have been a one day. But obviously Friday was something. Saturday? Oh, Saturday. Saturday was a busy day. So what did we do on Saturday? I was so busy all day. I can't even remember what all I did. But I know there's painting that's done in the basement. My husband was busy this weekend down in the basement. That's where my craft area is going to be. And then there's a half bath down there. So we've been procrastinating horribly, and I don't know why. Saturday, plants. I did a lot of planting. I was at the local garden center, which is only about 3 miles from here. If you're anywhere close in Northwest Indiana, they're right off 12, and they're Beachside Gardens and Crafts, I believe is the full name of the store. But I mean, they had buy 3 get 1 free on all of their regular price plants. So hostas, bleeding hearts, daylilies, all of it, buy 3 get 1 free. So I actually made 2 trips over there and did a lot of planting, and then hit up about a mile and a half from here. We have a local brewery, and they are finally open for pickup. So we ordered a growler from them, and that's Burnham Brewing. My husband and I are, we enjoy beer. So we like to support local when it comes to beverages. And so we got a growler from there for our weekly Zoom with some awesome running friends Saturday night. So that was fun. So Saturday, I got hardly any stitching done. Just the tiniest little bit. Oh, hold on. Newbie, video 5. I should know this by now, right? So this is Lizzie Kate Spring String. Very cute. Past its season, but I'll have it done for next year, right? So yeah, that's it. That's as far as I got. An A and most of the bunny's face. That's it. And this is on 28 count Mushroom Lugana. One of my most favorite fabrics. I love Lugana and Jobelin. They're my favorites. So then Sunday, we stayed up late, had our little Zoomy Zoom with our friends. And Sunday was Little Dove Designs Autumn Glows. Sorry about there we go. I love this one. There's like a little fox down here on the bottom. There's some squirrels. There's a little hedgehog. So cute. I mentioned it last week, that tree. I wanted to get started on that tree. So this is on just 14 count oatmeal Aida. Got it at Joann's by my mother-in-law's. And I prefer using a Q-snap with Aida, but so that's where I did get started on the tree. I didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but I got a fair bit done on Sunday, so definitely no complaints. I like those. Those remind me of the fire flowers in Super Mario Brothers. My kids thought that was funny when I told them that. The dogs are playing outside too. Lovely. Let's see. So I think we're on Monday. Monday is when I was making masks for the kids. So I did that in the morning. And after lunch, I started stitching Cheer from the Trilogy. And I'm actually just going to get my own buttons for this. I know you can buy the buttons to go with it. They are, it just says Snowball Buttons, the Trilogy. So I'm not sure if the buttons are, I'm actually sure not. I don't know where to find them. I thought they were just another button company, but their information would have been on here. So I have a ton of white buttons. I'm just going to find some little white buttons for the snowballs. So there's where I got on that one. And again, this is one if I had started earlier in the day, totally could have gotten it done. No problem. But I didn't. So per usual with these little ones, DMC, Tea-dyed Monaco. And then yesterday, I made my husband a mask as like a trial run to see how it fit on him. And then, since he was at work and I couldn't test fit it on him, I'm sorry about my bangs. This is what happens when the humidity hits, and my bangs are a little bit too long. I'm waiting for my guy to call me and say, hey, we have appointments available now, so that I can get my hair cut before I go back to work. Because I try and straighten it, and it's not happening. I did color it, though, so I have fresh color, but my bangs are a hot mess. So after I made the mask for my husband, I plopped my butt in the chair. The kids were happily playing Minecraft. Inside for a while on the Switch, and then they were outside playing Minecraft. Here we go again. Such a newbie. Little Dove Designs Summer Blooms. And I believe I only have one of these left to start. Winter Warmth, I think, is my last one. I think this is the third of the 4. So, look at those little beehives. So, my only issue is, it does say to use ecru, dark ecru, natural, or beige fabric. So antique white, which seems, if you look at DMC ecru is this color. you can barely see my white stitches. I mean, no matter which way I do it, you can kind of see them a little bit. There, my tea is blocking. I went to Starbucks and got a nice tea. My tea is blocking a little bit of the light. So you can kind of see the white, but in person, there's not. I actually started stitching these flowers with the white around them. You can kind of see it. And it was almost the exact same color as the fabric. So I pulled it out and I used B5200. I'm not sure what else to do. But I really wanted to do it on this fabric. And it's not like that's the only white in here. There's a lot of white. There's white in the ice cream. There's white in the sailboat, on the birdhouse. So I considered changing the sailboat to like a really pale blue. And then I don't know what I'm going to do with the ice cream. Maybe I'll backstitch the ice cream. So I don't know. And then I could always backstitch the sign. It's a strawberry sign. I don't know if you can see it. But I don't know. I like the rest of it. Like, I like the way the sun looks and the building, but I don't know. And I got a lot of stitching done on that yesterday. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I really love these, though. Those little dove designs are just, they're so cute. And then today, this morning, I needed to make a run to Hobby Lobby, but I knew that they had hours for seniors or immune compromised first, and then they opened to the public. And I couldn't remember if they opened at 9 or 10 for the public. So I grabbed out my project for today, and I started on it. And this is, I apologize for my paper, it's all crinkled. Cherry Hill Stitchery, Welcome to Summer. I actually got these a while ago, and it was when I had just first started becoming a stitcher, and I was into the, like, super cute, oh, that's so cute. Well, I got all these, and then I found the ones from, I think it's Country Cottage Needleworks. Yeah, I think it's Country Cottage Needleworks. It's either that or Little House Needleworks, but they're welcome to summer, welcome to autumn, welcome to spring, welcome to winter. And I like theirs better because they have like the little banner with the, like the little, not pennants, but they're like little flags. I don't know, I like theirs better. So I think what I'm going to do with this is instead of stitching something that I'm not 100% happy with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch the flip-flops and then summer and then the flip-flops and call it done. I may do that with all 4 of them for all of the seasons, like whatever they have as their little border. And then put them in just a little frame and hang them somewhere in the house. Just maybe over we have a chalkboard calendar out in the kitchen. Maybe something like that. So there's my the little flip-flops. And this is just antique white Monaco. But I have enough, if my kids were really interested, I could make one for each of them. So I have enough fabric, I could easily do this that says summer, and then another one that says summer. So we'll see. I mean, it's mine, so I can do what I want with it, right? I don't have to stitch the whole thing if I don't want to. So and I'll probably work on that some more today. We'll see how good my kids are and if they need me outside for anything, like a bike ride. Let's see. So let's move into plans for this week. Tomorrow is going to be Lucky. That's Lucky Tree from the Trilogy. He's cute. He definitely needs, and I think there's only 1, 2, 3 buttons on this. Can easily find 3 little golden buttons. Who knows? I might be able to find something fun. So the usual 28 count tea-dyed Monaco for that one. And then, let's see, Thursday, this will be Friday. Maybe. Friday is going to be Lizzie Kate's Spooky String. like this one. I think I can easily get this one done for Halloween because if I have, let's see, what did I say that was going to be? Friday? If it's not great weather, I'll have lots of stitching time on Friday. I mean, I have to stop to like get my kids lunch and dinner and stuff, but 28 count mushroom Lugana for that one. And I'll be using DMC for that too. Then we have, I'm just going to do it this way instead of taking it out of the bag. There's Winter Warmth. This is the last of the Little Dove Designs seasonal charts. So that's the last one. This one's my favorite. My mother-in-law bought me this one for Christmas this past year. I love it. I can't wait. And I'm doing this on an aqua 14 count Ada. So then Sunday is kitty string. Now I've already done, I showed it in my very first video. I've already done cat lessons for people. So I think what I'm going to do is hang this one right above cat lessons for people and just leave it up all year above it. So that one, mushroom Lugana. Then Monday is Halloween tree. It looks like there's going to be a lot of Halloween this week. Well, 2 still. So that one's the Trilogy also. Got my fabric for that one. And then on Tuesday is doggy string. Now I do have, my bangs are driving me nuts. I'm so sorry. I do have intentions to do dog lessons for people eventually. Probably not this year. I did cat lessons. I started cat lessons for people before we had dogs. But I would like to do the same thing. Do dog lessons for people and then hang this one above it. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't look weird because they're on 2 different fabrics. My cat lessons for people's on 28 count tea-dyed Monaco. And then the strings are going to be in mushroom Lugana, so it's fine. We'll figure it out. And I have been sticking with, I know I had mentioned it either last week or the week before, I have been sticking with the stitching during daylight hours and knitting at night. So, I was kind of excited about that. I did, when I went to Hobby Lobby today to look for elastic, I didn't find any, but I got a whole boatload of DMC. I finished kitting up for Mini Dark Goddess. It's a Heaven and Earth Designs chart. And just to remind you what it looked like, it is this one. Oh my gosh, you can see all my windows. There we go. So, I finished kitting up for this one. I have started it with the colors that I had, but I got the rest of them today. And then I'll get those bobbinated probably today and get them put in their own case. Because right now I'm using the same box for Mini Citrine and for Mini Dark Goddess, and all the colors are not going to fit in one box now that I have the rest. So I'll, I have another little box. I'll just stick them in there. And then they have, I didn't even know they had shirts over near the cross stitch / knitting section. $3.47. And I actually got 2, but the other one's downstairs. So this is the one that I had up here that the other one is like a neutral color, and in gold it says yarn on it. I think it just says yarn. So that's really all I have for cross stitch. I just wanted to say thank you again to Erin, to Martini Stitcher, who gave me a lovely shout out on her video, her regular video, not her daily ones. But she's so sweet. And I think it's funny that she said something about me being a fast stitcher. I'm so new. I don't think I'm fast yet, but who knows, maybe I am. I didn't get any more bags made Masks are more important right now since my husband is back to work, and I will probably go back. We're slated for the 14th-ish. That's when the state says is the earliest we can reopen. But we've got some training to do on a new player tracking system. So thankfully I'm the only one in my department. So most likely I am going back to work first thing. So I don't know. Probably beginning of June I'll have to go back. So not too much longer to stay home and stitch. My stitching will probably slow down a little bit. Or my knitting will slow down. One or the other. Because something's got to give, right? So that's it for cross-stitch stuff. If you wanted to stick around and learn about these two lovely shawls and what I'm working on right now, we'll just move on into the knitting. And since I just did haul for cross-stitch, let's do haul for knitting. As if I didn't have enough yarn. I got an email from Mairlyd, and I had rewards points. And I was like, oh... And I had purchased a... Ooh, I didn't show you my charts that I bought. Wait, did I buy any charts? Never mind. I didn't buy any new charts this week. Surprising. I did buy a couple new knitting patterns, though. So, the first one was... This is called Breathe in Hope from Casapinka. And I feel like I showed this last week. I'm not positive. You can find all these designs on Ravelry. And on Ravelry, my username is CandiceK31. So if you want to see any of the projects that I've done in the past, they're all on there. With all the specs. The yarn, how long it took me, what needles I used. But this right here, I love this. And I missed when it was originally released. If you... supported your local needlework shop or local yarn shop, you got the pattern for free. And I'm not sure about all the details. It's not free now. I paid for it. But it uses 2 skeins of fingering weight yarn. And I have a ton of Mairlyd in my stash. But when I saw this, I couldn't resist. It's called Wilted. It is a single ply, and it's Tosh Merino Light. I love knitting with Tosh Merino Light. It's amazing. So, this was going to be the variegated color, because there's a variegated and a solid. So this was going to be my variegated color, but then I couldn't decide what to use for my solid. So I have, if I want to go dark, I have Graveyard. Graveyard's looking a little purple on there, but it's more of a dark gray. I mean, there are some purples in it, but... And then we've got Elizabeth Taylor. For some reason, these don't look so great together on the camera. We might take that one out. I also have Rose. And there's actually some of this in here. It's very, very subtle, but it's down in here. And then if I wanted to be super boring, this one is Silver Fox. So if I want to be safe, I do Silver Fox. I don't know. And you know what other knitters would tell me? Swatch it and see what looks best. I hate swatching. I will for a sweater, because you can't make a sweater without swatching. Something's going to go amiss. So I don't know. So I got the yarn for that one. And then I got this one. It's called Olive Pink, also by Casapinka. And there's actually 2 different colorways shown because she paired with a yarn designer. She paired with, I want to say it was Lolo did it. Lolo Bean Yarn Company. And you can look up Lolo Bean Yarn on Instagram. She's a hoot. She is the funniest lady. I would love to try her yarn someday. But there are 2 versions of this one that are on there. There's the olive is Lolo Bean, the designer of Lolo Bean. Those are kind of her colors. And then Casapinka obviously is the pink. So, and this one's a full shawl. Let me try and get the... There is not a full picture of it, but here's a picture of her knitting it. So then I just need to go through and figure out what colors I want to use for that one. Obviously from Stash, especially if my husband is watching. And then the last one I got is the Monstera cardigan from Hohi. And I love this one. And I think I'm going to dye yarn for this one myself. I have a whole bunch of dye and bare yarn downstairs. And I don't have any yarn in a large enough quantity to make this sweater. So I think what I might do is she does a fall knit along every year. And for some reason I want to say it starts in September. But I would love to get the yarn dyed and then knit that sweater for her fall knit along. And her fall knit along is huge. There's different categories. You can enter as many times as you want. Last couple of years she's done prizes for people. So it's super fun. There's a lot of support. Her group's awesome. So that's my haul for knitting. I did not bring it over here. It's right there. Hold on, let me grab it. Not really sure how I could forget my knitting project, but I did. Sorry about that. You can stare at the back of my couch. So, I've actually gotten really far on this. I know when I showed it to you last week, I was somewhere right in here. Well, I got this whole side done. I love these greens. They're just so pretty. It might help if I show you the right side. So I got this whole side done. And now I am working on this side. And I just started with the blue. So I'm getting there. And it's knitting up so fast. I'm really, really, really loving it. Apparently my bangs are just gonna need to borrow it. So that's what I'm working on right now. I am going to probably soon go through my whips downstairs and either rip out the ones that I don't want to stitch anymore, or I'm going to start working on them one at a time to finish them. So I mentioned I had a comment, and I wish I would have written her name down. She had made a comment on my last video, and I said that I would show my very first shawl that I made. So this is, I hope this is how you say it. I believe it's Drachenfels. I think it's a German word. Drachenfels? I don't know. But when you spell it out, it looks like Drachenfels. Drachenfels. By Melanie Berg, who on Ravelry goes by Mairlyd, and on Instagram, it's also Mairlyd. This was the very first shawl I ever did. It's a big one. It's a asymmetric triangle shawl, and you start down here at the end, and you work your way all the way to the other end. And I did this using just Cascade 220. You can get it at any local yarn shop, order it online. This I was a really tight knitter back then. My edge is not stretchy at all. But this was the very first one I ever did. And I tell you what, I wear this sucker all the time still. I love the colors. Purple's my favorite color. I have a child coming in the house again. I'm almost done, buddy.
All right. How long do you have left?
Just give me 5 minutes. Okay?
All right. Right.
My oldest. So this one, very first shawl I ever did. Love it. 3 colors of... You're a ding-dong. Go away.
Right.
Anyone else have these problems? No one I watch has these problems. So anyway. Ding-dong. And then I loved it so much that I made it again. However, this time I used... I can't remember if it's just cotton yarn or if it's bamboo and cotton. Just a second, I'll look it up. But this one it's a little bit darker blue. It looks really bright on camera. It's a little bit more like down there in the shadow. And then I went, and this one is super drapey. I just love it. So let me grab this. This is why I love having Ravelry, and I wish we had something like this for cross stitch, because you can look up just like that what you used on everything. Anyone? I love him, but I'll give him away. Right, Owen?
Right.
Okay, so this one I used Haiku. It's a cotton bamboo silk blend, DK weight yarn. I used natural kiwi and navy for this one. And you can find Haiku, it's by Skacel, Skacel. I'll link it below, the name of the pattern and the yarn I used for both. So those are 2 previous knit finishes. Since my oldest offspring is here. Yeah. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I think that's pretty much all I had anyway. So, oh my gosh, and there's my youngest offspring. I'm almost done. Can you go over there, please?
Over here. With me. With me.
So I'm done. Anyway, I think that's all I have for this week. Thank you guys for watching. Candace K31 on Instagram. Candace K31 on Ravelry. I'm going to go tickle my children until they pee their pants. Bye, guys.